Breaking news. The U.S. Supreme Court has just issued an emergency ruling that could change everything about the Second Amendment preservation fight. With an unexpected 8-1 vote, the court has fundamentally altered the landscape of gun rights in America. But what does this mean for you, your rights, and the future of gun regulation? Let's dive into the decision, its implications, and what happens next. On June 23, 2022, the U.S. Supreme Court handed down an emergency 8-1 decision in a landmark case involving Second Amendment rights. This ruling came at a time when the nation is deeply divided over gun control and public safety concerns. The court's decision is a game-changer for gun rights advocates, but it also raises new questions about how far the law can go in protecting public safety. To understand why this decision is so significant, we need to explore how we got here, what triggered this ruling, and why did the court move so quickly to issue an emergency decision. To fully grasp the weight of this ruling, we must look at the history of the Second Amendment. Since 1791, the right to keep and bear arms has been a fundamental part of American life. But over the centuries, its interpretation has evolved, especially in the face of rising concerns about gun violence. In the past, the court has ruled on several major cases, each time narrowing or expanding the scope of the Second Amendment. But today's ruling takes us into uncharted waters, reshaping the way we think about the right to own and carry firearms in the U.S. The case before the court involved a challenge to a law that gun rights advocates argued infringed on their Second Amendment rights. The law, District of Columbia v. Heller, 2008, was struck down by the court, and the question was whether it violated the constitutional guarantee of the right to bear arms. The Supreme Court's emergency ruling came after months of legal battles in lower courts, culminating in a decision that would have lasting effects on gun regulation across the nation. Of the 9 justices, 8 voted in favor of the ruling, with only 1 justice dissenting. The majority opinion, written by Justice Clarence Thomas, found that the law violated the Second Amendment. In his opinion, Justice Clarence Thomas emphasized that the right to keep and bear arms is not something that can be easily overridden, even in the face of concerns about public safety. The lone dissenting opinion, authored by Justice Stephen Breyer, argued that the law was crucial for addressing the growing gun violence crisis and that it struck the right balance between gun rights and public safety. The court's majority opinion highlighted several key points. 1. Strict scrutiny. Any law infringing on Second Amendment rights must pass a strict scrutiny test. The government must show that the law is necessary to serve a compelling state interest. 2. Historical precedent. The court relied heavily on the historical understanding of the Second Amendment, stating that the right to bear arms was meant to be an individual right, not one subject to broad limitations. 3. Gun regulations. While this ruling limits some forms of gun control, it also acknowledges that certain regulations may still be constitutionally permissible, particularly those concerning public safety. Supporters of this decision argue that it is a crucial victory for gun rights, reinforcing the fundamental freedoms guaranteed by the Second Amendment. They believe that the ruling sends a powerful message to lawmakers who have been pushing for more restrictive gun laws. On the other hand, critics are concerned that this ruling will embolden those pushing for fewer restrictions on guns, potentially leading to more dangerous situations. Gun control advocates warn that the decision may make it more difficult to implement laws designed to protect public safety, especially in light of the ongoing gun violence crisis. To put things into perspective, the United States continues to grapple with a staggering number of gun-related deaths. Last year alone, insert statistics on gun deaths and injuries. Despite this, gun ownership continues to rise, with more Americans purchasing firearms than ever before. While this ruling doesn't eliminate the possibility of gun regulations, it does create a legal framework that makes it harder for lawmakers to pass restrictive laws without facing significant legal challenges. So what happens next? While this ruling will have a profound effect on gun legislation, it's only the beginning. State and local governments will now have to navigate this new legal landscape, and we're likely to see new laws and legal challenges emerge in response to the court's decision. This ruling also paves the way for further debates about how to balance individual rights with the need for public safety. Will we see more restrictive gun control measures, or will gun rights advocates gain even more ground in the coming years? Now we want to hear from you. What do you think about this ruling? Do you agree with the Supreme Court's decision? Or do you think it goes too far in protecting gun rights at the expense of public safety? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. Be sure to like this video if you found it informative and subscribe to Clearview News TV for more updates on legal and political developments that matter to you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an important update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, right here on Rights and Rules TV.